Let's talk data. Welcome back to Tech Curiosity Stream. Today we're diving into big data. It sounds intimidating, but it's shaping your life. We'll explore where this information comes from and what it means for you. From Netflix recommendations to Instagram ads, big data is the invisible engine. It's about patterns and predictions that are changing the world. Imagine data as seashells on a beach. Now imagine a tsunami of seashells. That's big data, an overwhelming flood of information. We're going to learn how to surf that wave. So where does all this data even come from? The short answer is everywhere, and from everyone. You, me, your friends, your family, we're all creating it constantly. Every time you post a photo, like a video, or send a tweet, you're adding a drop to this massive digital ocean. Think about your phone. It's not just a device for calls. It's a powerful data-generating machine. Your GPS tracks your location, your fitness app logs your steps and heart rate, and your browser history keeps a record of your curiosities. It's a constant stream of information flowing from your pocket. But it's not just our personal gadgets. Companies are collecting data on a scale that is hard to comprehend. Every single time you buy something online, the website records what you bought, what you looked at but didn't buy, how long you spent on the page, and where you clicked. Streaming services like Spotify and Netflix don't just know what you watch or listen to, they know when you pause, what you skip, and what you rewatch. All of this information helps them build an incredibly detailed picture of their audience, which is you. And it goes even bigger than that. Think about science and industry. Modern cars have hundreds of sensors that monitor everything from engine performance to tire pressure. Smart homes have thermostats that learn your schedule, and security cameras that record motion. Even our cities are getting smarter with sensors that track traffic flow, energy usage, and public transit patterns. This data is being generated 24/7 from billions of sources all around the globe, creating a treasure trove of information that was simply unimaginable just a decade or so ago. The sheer volume is mind-boggling. We're talking about zettabytes of data. For perspective, 1 zettabyte is equivalent to about 250 billion DVDs. That's an insane amount of information. And the speed at which it's created is only accelerating. This explosion of data is happening because of the internet, the rise of smartphones, and the increasing number of connected devices collectively known as the Internet of Things or IoT. We are living in an era defined by data, and understanding its basics is no longer optional, it's essential. Okay, so there's a ton of data out there, so what? Why should you care? This is the most important question, and the answer is simple. Because big data is being used to make decisions that directly affect your daily life. It's not just some abstract concept for tech companies. It's the reason why your commute might be smoother, why your doctor might diagnose an illness earlier, and why your favorite shows seem to be made just for you. It's personal. It influences the choices available to you and the experiences you have every single day, whether you see it or not. Let's think about online shopping for a minute. Have you ever looked at a product on Amazon, and then suddenly you see ads for that exact same product on Facebook, Instagram, and news websites? That's not a coincidence, that's big data at work. Companies use your browsing data to predict what you're interested in buying and then target you with specific ads. It's a powerful marketing tool that has completely changed the way businesses connect with customers. They are no longer guessing what you want, they are using data to know what you want. This goes way beyond just selling you stuff. In healthcare, big data is a game changer. Scientists can analyze massive data sets of patient records and genetic information to find patterns that lead to medical breakthroughs. They can predict disease outbreaks, understand the side effects of drugs on a huge scale, and develop personalized treatment plans based on a patient's unique genetic makeup. This can literally save lives. It's about using the collective information of millions to improve the health of individuals. That's an incredibly powerful and positive application. So, as we get started on this journey, I want you to keep this in mind. Big data isn't just about the data itself, it's about what we can do with it. It's about finding the hidden secrets, the surprising connections, and the valuable insights within that digital ocean. It holds the potential to solve some of the world's biggest problems, and to make our everyday lives better, easier, and more efficient. But it also raises important questions about privacy and control. That's why we're here, to understand both the promise and the peril. Let's dive in. So, what makes data big data? Tech experts break it down using the 3 V's: volume, velocity, and variety. Volume is the sheer scale of the data. Velocity is the speed at which new data is generated and processed. Variety is the different formats and types of data. Massive volume, high velocity, and incredible variety, that's big data. It requires new tools and a new way of thinking to unlock its secrets in our modern digital world. To make this clearer, let's use an analogy. Imagine a small local library, like old-school data, managed by a single librarian. Now imagine the library of everything, the size of a planet, receiving every piece of information created, every second. This is the world of big data. The old librarian would be lost. You'd need super-powered robot librarians. This is essentially what big data analysis is, building powerful new tools that can navigate this chaos and pull out the information you're looking for. So why is big data a big deal right now? We've recently hit a perfect storm of technological advancements. It's the convergence of three key areas. First, the massive increase in data generation, thanks to the internet, social media, and smartphones. Second, we figured out how to store all of this information cheaply and effectively. Cloud computing allows companies to rent out storage space, making it accessible to everyone. The third piece is processing power. The use of graphics processing units, GPUs, for data analysis gave us the computational muscle we needed. It was this magical combination: vast data creation, cheap storage, and raw computing power. This convergence completely changed the game. We suddenly had the tools to turn that flood into something useful. That's why we're talking about it today. Big data is a massive, fast-moving flow of information. Social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X are built on big data. Every like, share, comment, and even the time you pause on a video is logged and analyzed. Your feed feels like it knows you because big data algorithms use your past behavior and compare it with millions of other users to predict what you'll engage with next. Social media companies create detailed profiles about you, knowing your interests, age, location, and political leanings. They sell access to these profiles to advertisers. You're targeted by a smart, constantly learning algorithm. It's a feedback loop that shapes your digital experience, making these platforms so addictive. Let's move from social media to e-commerce, where big data has completely changed the game. Think about Amazon. They track every click, search, and purchase, creating a massive data set about your shopping habits. This data personalizes your shopping experience through recommendations. Algorithms analyze your data and compare it to millions of other shoppers to suggest items you might like. Big data also helps manage operations, predict demand, optimize website layout, and adjust prices dynamically. So, remember, your online shopping experience is anything but random. It's a personalized mall, built just for you, using the power of big data. Let's talk entertainment. Streaming services use big data to keep you engaged. Netflix collects data about your viewing habits: what day, what time, what device, and how long it took you to finish a season. This feeds their recommendation algorithm, responsible for over 80% of watched content. Netflix uses this data to decide what content to create. Spotify does the same with music. Your Discover Weekly playlist analyzes your listening history and compares it to other users. These platforms are data-driven curators of culture. Big data is showing up in our physical world. Smartwatches and fitness trackers collect your heart rate, steps, and sleep patterns. This data helps you make better choices. Aggregated from millions of users, it becomes powerful for public health research. Our cities are becoming smart, running on big data. Sensors monitor traffic flow, feeding data into apps like Google Maps. Transportation systems optimize schedules. Smart energy grids analyze consumption to reduce waste. Big data is the invisible infrastructure of modern life, shaping our daily routines. We've seen where big data shows up, but how does it actually work? It starts with data collection. In the digital world, this means collecting the trail of digital breadcrumbs we all leave behind. This collection happens through countless touchpoints like website cookies, app SDKs, and fitness trackers. Even a grocery store loyalty card collects data. The data collected is either structured, like names and dates, or unstructured, like social media posts and photos. Companies use web scraping, APIs, and custom apps to capture both types. The goal is to capture as much relevant information as possible. This collection phase is the foundation of the entire big data process. We're collecting unbelievable amounts of data. Data storage is one of the biggest challenges of big data. You need a place huge enough to hold everything, fast enough to access it quickly, and flexible enough to handle all the different types of data. This is where the concept of a data lake comes in. A data lake is like a massive natural lake. You can pour any kind of data into it in its raw, original format. It's a huge, cost-effective storage repository. The answer is distributed storage and cloud computing. Companies spread data chunks across thousands of regular computers, This makes the storage system incredibly scalable and resilient. This is the technology that powers the giant cloud platforms. This has been a huge game changer. We've collected and stored mountains of data. Now comes the real value analysis. Data is useless unless we can extract meaning from it. This is where data scientists and algorithms shine, diving into the chaos to find patterns and insights. First, the data is cleaned, removing errors, filling gaps, and prepping it for analysis, just like a chef preps ingredients. Then, analysis begins, using everything from basic statistics to advanced machine learning. Machine learning models can spot patterns and make predictions that humans might miss. For example, a credit card company uses machine learning to detect fraud by learning what's normal for each customer and flagging anything unusual. The same approach helps marketers target ads, city planners fix traffic, and scientists find disease markers. The real power comes from asking the right questions and using the right tools to get answers. The more data and smarter the tools, the more valuable the insights. It's modern alchemy, turning raw data into gold. Every industry from finance to healthcare relies on this process to make smarter decisions. The key, don't just collect data, interrogate it. The right questions unlock the real value. Data analysis isn't just about numbers, it's about finding the story hidden inside. That's how data becomes a superpower. Analysis is only valuable if it leads to action. Data scientists translate complex findings into clear visuals, charts, dashboards, and stories that drive decisions. Take Netflix data reveals viewers' hidden preferences, and executives use that insight to greenlight new shows. In healthcare, a genetic discovery leads to new screening tests and better patient outcomes. The cycle is continuous: collect, analyze, act, and learn. Each action generates new data, fueling the next round of insights. Whether it's optimizing a website, improving city traffic, or developing a new drug, the process is the same. The goal: transform overwhelming data into smart, informed decisions. Data isn't just numbers, it's a tool for change. The loop never ends, it only gets smarter. Every decision shapes the next data set. That's how data drives progress. The world runs on this cycle. Why does big data matter? Because it's changing everything from global business to your daily life. Companies using big data outpace their competitors by making smarter, data-driven decisions. Walmart, for example, discovered people buy strawberry Pop-Tarts before hurricanes, so they stock up, boosting sales and customer satisfaction. The shift is from reacting to predicting, anticipating needs before they arise. UPS optimizes delivery routes in real time. Airlines set ticket prices dynamically. For consumers, this means more personalized products and better services. But it also means companies know more about you than ever. Your habits, preferences, and behaviors are all part of the data. The benefits are real, but so are the trade-offs. Understanding big data means understanding how it shapes your world and your choices. It's a two-way street: convenience and efficiency, but also new questions about privacy and influence. The relationship between people and businesses is being rewritten. Big data is at the heart of that transformation. Big data isn't just about profit, it's about solving society's biggest challenges. In healthcare, massive data sets and AI help doctors spot diseases earlier and tailor treatments to individuals. Personalized medicine is becoming reality, shifting from treating illness to preventing it. On a city scale, big data powers the smart city revolution. Sensors track traffic, air quality, and energy use in real time. Planners use this data to reduce congestion, cut emissions, and improve emergency response. Smart grids reroute electricity to prevent blackouts and integrate renewables. Data becomes a utility, a nervous system for the city. The result's safer, cleaner, more efficient urban life. Big data helps cities and citizens thrive. It's about using information to build a better world. The future of health in cities is data-driven. That's the real power of big data. Big data has revolutionized entertainment, putting you at the center. In the past, a few executives guessed what audiences wanted. Now platforms like Netflix and Spotify analyze millions of viewing and listening habits. They know what you like and what you might love next. This data-driven approach means more diverse content and niche genres finding their audience. Artists and creators use data to understand fans, plan tours, and experiment with new sounds. The feedback loop is tighter than ever. Entertainment is now a personalized, on-demand conversation. Recommendations, playlists, and new shows reflect your unique tastes. Big data democratizes creativity and puts you in control. The industry is shaped around your preferences. There's always something new that feels made just for you. That's the magic of data-powered entertainment. With all this data comes a big question. What about privacy? Every data point is a piece of your life. Habits, locations, interests, even health. As data grows, so do concerns about who owns it and how it's used. The line between helpful and invasive can blur quickly. Data can personalize your experience, or be used to judge you in ways you never expected. Security is another challenge. Massive datasets are prime targets for hackers. Breaches can expose sensitive information with real-world consequences. That's why regulations like GDPR and CCPA exist, to give you more control over your data. These laws set rules for how companies collect, use, and share information. You have rights to see your data, to delete it, to know how it's used. The balance between innovation and privacy is an ongoing battle. As big data grows, so does the need for protection. The conversation about privacy is more important than ever. So where is big data heading next? It's not slowing down. In fact, it's only going to get bigger, faster, and more integrated into our lives. One of the biggest trends is the rise of real-time data analysis and instant decision-making. Another major frontier is the connection between big data and artificial intelligence. We're moving beyond just recognizing patterns and into the realm of true prediction and even automated decision-making. We'll also see big data becoming more accessible with new tools and platforms that make data analysis easier for everyone. Ultimately, the future of big data will be defined by how we choose to use it. It holds the potential to help us cure diseases, create sustainable energy solutions, and build a more efficient and connected world. And we are all characters in it. So, that was a whirlwind tour of big data. We covered a lot, starting with the basics, the 3 V's: volume, velocity, and variety. It requires new technologies like cloud computing. It's in social media, personalized online shopping, Netflix recommendations, and even fitness trackers. The process involves collecting, storing in data lakes, analysis by data scientists, and turning insights into smarter decisions. Big data helps businesses, revolutionizes healthcare, and makes cities smarter. It's a force for innovation, driving the world forward. This incredible power comes with challenges. Big data raises questions about privacy, security, and ethics. Looking ahead, it's only going to get faster and more intelligent. I hope this has demystified big data for you and sparked your curiosity. Understanding big data is essential digital literacy. That's a wrap. Thank you for exploring this topic with me. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe. See you in the next video. Stay curious.